Are you okay? What'd you make? Oh, you tied that up in the tree. Holy smokes. Are you gonna climb this tree or something?
That's climb like people want
Alright.
All right, good morning guys. Welcome back to the vlog. So this past week has been kind of crazy, and one of those weeks where it was like we had some really high highs and some really low lows. And I feel like that's just part of life, you know? And again, with social media being what it is, and you know, how all of this stuff just kind of can seem to people like everything is always fantastic. And again, I've talked about this so many times, it's a fine line to walk, because you don't want to get online and complain about your life or things that are wrong when there are others in the world who are going through some, you know, really, really difficult challenges. You want to be aware of those things. And to me, I've always said this, it's like you want to have that perspective and gratitude. Perspective to see your problems for what they are in the grand scheme of life and in the grand scheme of possible problems. That's why I just always try to be cognizant of that. And I don't want to ever seem like I'm complaining. Because I know that, you know, we just have so much to be grateful for. But at the same time, I also never want to put out the idea that like, oh my gosh, my life is so perfect, everything's so great all the time, everything's so wonderful, my kids are perfect, my husband's perfect, my marriage is perfect. I never want to put that out either. So it's just a weird line to walk, that's all. That's all I'm trying to say. It's a weird line to walk. So last week was a really rough week for our family, and for many different reasons, a lot of like personal life things that just are not appropriate to share online, period. But we had a close family friend who we used to rent our house from, and who's trained horses for us, and taught a lot of us how to ride and do different things. And he was a really well-known horse trainer, and he passed away very tragically and suddenly at just 44 years old. And so that was like the first start of the week that was like, oh man. It was just so like, I still can't even really believe it's real. I still feel like I'm in that like shock phase of like, he's gone. There's like no way. And he was such, as cheesy as it sounds, such kind of like a legend of a person that it's like, you just can't believe he's not here. It's really strange to wrap my head around. But, and then a couple of days after we found out about his death, my mom's older horse, Flash, who you guys have seen many, many times, started to colic. That's how my old horse, Cody, that my dad bought from me and renamed Trapper, that Palomino horse that I used to have, that's how he died a couple years ago, was from a really bad case of colic. And he wasn't old. He was only, I want to say 10 or 12, somewhere around there. So when Flash started colicking, I was just so concerned for my mom, for, you know, having lost a family friend and some other personal things going on. And then if she was going to lose her horse too, was just unknown, you know? So I had popped up something quick on Instagram stories and asked y'all to pray for him as he went off to the vet. And so many of you guys reached out to me and were so great. And luckily the vet was able to tube him and give him some IV fluids and different things that there's, you know, different things that they do. But they were able to keep him. He was there about 36 hours and they were able to kind of flush everything out and get him doing better. So he came home and kind of had to be on like a little bit of a separated area where we could watch him and monitor him for a little bit longer. But now he's turned back out with the rest of them and he's doing really well. But it was just a scary couple of days, and not knowing what was going to happen. And, you know, I talked about this before, but like this farm life thing, whether, you know, you have a hobby farm or, you know, a big working farm or anything like that, just pets and animals in general and stuff. But especially in this kind of capacity, like there is life and there is death. And death is a very real part of having animals. And it's something that, you know, we've only been here for 5 months. So I was sort of thinking in my head, like, no, I'm not ready. Like, I haven't mentally prepared myself for this part of like farm life stuff yet. And I felt like we were being thrust into it. So I was very grateful that day we got to bypass that very difficult but very real part of having this many animals and having, you know, this little mini farm, is that there's going to be death. There's going to be animals that die, and that's just part of it. So the day before that happened with Flash, we had been out there riding the horses for the first time on our property, and I was so excited, and I posted on Instagram stories and you know, just sort of saying like how grateful I was that this had become a reality for us. It's something that I've dreamed about for a really long time, and something that we as a family have wanted to be able to have land and stuff for so long, and to see my girls be able to saddle up horses and ride around on our property is just a day that I didn't know if it would ever come. I didn't know if we would ever be able to make that happen. And so seeing it, you know, seeing it happen was like such a beautiful like moment, and something I was just so grateful for, and was just sort of feeling like, you know, when you get that like sort of euphoric on top of the world kind of a feeling. And then the very next day was when Flash got sick. So it was just the juxtaposition of the 2 days back to back was a very like snap of reality of like, this is it, like, right, there's highs and there's lows, and we've all got to go through all of them. You know, there's no something I tell my kids all the time with like difficult things in life. There are some things that you come to and there's no around, there's no under, there's no over, it's through. The only way is through. And so this is just one of those things that's like, yeah, you come to realize we're at a lot of the things are just through things. We just have to walk through them, good, bad, and otherwise. So anyways, I might be feeling a little sentimental today. That's just why I went on this long tirade about this. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. We're gonna go out there and hopefully try to brush some llamas and just play with the animals a little bit. It's a beautiful day today. It's in the high 50s. It might even, I'll check that thing, it might even be in the low 60s today. But it's sunny and beautiful, so we are grateful for the beautiful day. And we're just gonna get outside a little bit and play with the critters and hang with the animals. There's some kind of construction going on down at the road. You can't see it because it's right behind the trees, but they've got some big loud trucks and machines going down there. And it's had the horses all kind of jacked up this morning and running around crazy.
Pacha. Look at these. Wow.
Pacha, or
They love each
Cusco loves Bo.
Okay.
Bo, it's so funny. This is my dad's old horse, Bo, and he really likes the llamas. They rub on each other and bite and sniff, like in a loving way. I mean, the ears forward on everybody that's an indication of like curiosity and liking each other.
No him.
Bo is like, what is this old billy goat?
Mommy.
Look how far we've come, simply by taking it one step at a time.
What it takes will make it through. finished a 323-page book in less than 24 hours.
And Shelby's up there reading. She stayed up until midnight last night reading, finishing that book.
Hold on to me.
Yeah.
And now she's reading another one.
She's reading the one I just finished reading this morning, and then I ordered the last 3 today. So I didn't have to wait.
You can see here what the pigs have done. All of this like digging up right here. This is the pigs' favorite spot to dig. And you can tell, you can see how brown their little noses are. This is where they do their rooting is what it's called. So they're rooting around down here. I mean, pretty good for tilling up the land. I might put them in my, hey CR, we should put the pigs in my raised garden beds for a while when we need to till up the and like mix up the soil. I've been reading some articles on goat training because these boys
Pretty much just Ray Ray.
yeah, mostly Ray Ray have a bad habit of headbutting, and so we're working on that, trying to make them him mostly just a little less aggressive with the kids out here. Louie has chilled out a ton, which is so funny because that's exactly opposite of how they were at first. Louie was the one that went through that phase, and then Ray Ray started doing it. But now that they're both neutered, we're hoping that a lot of these behaviors will chill a little bit. I mean, male goats are just kind of gross and do some gross things. I don't know where we last left off because we've been filming this for a video, like a time lapse kind of a thing. But as far as the vlogs go, I don't know the last time I showed you, but we did get the drip edge up and the tar paper, and then the little eaves, little wind. It's not even, it's just a fake thing. I mean, it doesn't even actually do anything, but it's just a decorative piece essentially on the roof. And same thing done on this side over here. So the last thing that's needed to finish the outside are just the shingles. So the inside, however, as you can see, the inside still needs the floor to be put in, but you can see the electrical wires over there. We've got the electrician out here starting. He's not here today, but he's come by to start running the electrical so that I've got outlets in different places around here, and then we will get the floors installed. Then and the electrician's done with the wiring, then I'll be able to come in here and start. I ordered a chandelier type light that I found on clearance or sale at World Market that was really cute. And I will be able to come in here and start putting the stain on the floor, and then decide what I want to do on the walls and then the ceiling. I already told you guys that I want to leave the ceiling as wood. I just need to put like a sealant on it. And then I think I'm gonna do sort of a whitewash on the walls. Like, I'm not gonna go full solid white. I'm just gonna do more of a whitewash on the walls, and then do an actual like darker wood stain on the floor. And by darker, I just mean like medium stain on the floor. So that's my plan. I do need to, that's something I could get done ahead of time. It would be nice if I could make some decisions and have things waiting. So I could take some of those cut pieces that we don't need and get a few stain samples and start testing the stains and the whitewash and everything, so I know like what it will look like before I start putting it on the walls. I'm not gonna lie to you, I will be terrified to come in here with a paintbrush and do anything, because it's just so beautiful, the natural wood finishes of everything, and I like the cabin-y feel, but I also need to like seal it for long term, and it's definitely like got that yellowy feel, and I'd like to get rid of that. I'd like to sort of neutralize that tone in here, if you will. So anyways, hopefully we'll be getting things moving and I'll be able to use this space soon, because I'm real tired of working out of my closet. It's a very, very tiny space. I don't have like a big giant, I mean, it is technically a walk-in closet, but it's not like one of those big walk-in closets. It's just a closet. I'm grateful to have any place to work, but it would definitely be nice to get out of the closet. This feels precarious and maybe not like a good idea.
I don't really have any other option.
Well, you do. You could just throw the rope over.
No, can't.
You could get stilts.
I could. actually. I could, no, I gotta be able to hook it up.
That just... Let me check the life insurance policy before you get up there. You're laughing and I'm not.
I'm not laughing, it's not fun.
Even the birds, do you hear them? They're like, what's this fool doing?
Let me go
You see him down
Let
there?
me go get the chains. I'm gonna go get the, I mean, that's what, 20 feet?
Seriously, there's like 15 birds in that tree that are hollering now. Well, because they're also like, what is he doing? We're not going to mess with your nest, I promise. So if I go to pick up garbage at the street, am I going to come back to you on the ground right there?
Yeah. I've fallen and I can't get up.
A chalk line?
We'll clap on. Give the kids something else to do. Let me go get that.
You should just get a rope and tie it around your waist and then tie it to the tree just in case you do fall.
Smack me into the tree.
Better than hitting the ground. Rosie's out there babysitting CR while he works on hanging the disc swing on the tree. I'm coming in to have a snack, but I am very excited. You guys know how much I love my Greek yogurt and my this like Nature Valley protein, whatever it's called, granola. Gosh, I can't think today. And I ordered some ingredients, and I think they'll be here soon to make this myself, because this bag is like, oh, I said that with a very not normal bag. This bag, don't you know this bag of granola? It costs about $7. This bag of granola right here is about $7. That's a lot of money, Bobby. Don't you know, Bobby? Does anybody watch Bobby's World? Bobby's World. What was the intro? I don't remember. I just remember the mom being like, oh, Bobby, don't you know, Bobby? And Ashley and I would always do that. And that's pretty much all we could say in that accent is, Bobby, don't you know, eh, Bobby? Anyways, I'm going to have a snack of granola and yogurt. I was just excited because I ordered the ingredients to attempt to make that myself because the granola is expensive. Yeah, I just wanted to try to make it myself. I got the stuff to do yogurt as well. I still haven't done it yet, so maybe that will spur me to do yogurt. I'm also going to, we have like 3 rainy days coming up this week where it's just supposed to be like nasty, nasty weather. And whenever that happens and we can't get outside or do anything, I like to do something to spice up the days. So I think I'm gonna do some homemade bread later this week. I gotta make sure I have everything for it. And I will try to film that and put it on my other channel, or I might just put it in a vlog if that's, you know, whatever, I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna do some homemade bread a little bit later this week. I'm starting to, like I said, I showed you guys that chicken coop magazine thing. You guys know this about me. Like, I just have so many projects in my head and I have to like prioritize. So because the office, like that was gonna be my priority project and I wasn't gonna think about anything else until that was done. But there's a lot of that that's just like a hurry up and wait because we get to a certain point and then we have to wait. Like right now it needs shingles and the electrical done and the flooring done. Like there's nothing I can do in there right now. So I think I am gonna switch mental gears a little bit and start doing my garden planning. So my plan for that is to go to the roof deck on the 2nd floor and take pictures from above and then get out like my measuring wheel, do all of the measurements, and then sort of like in Photoshop and stuff kind of like layer and play around with. I tried downloading like an app for like landscape design and stuff like that and different things to see if I could figure that out. I'm just not good at that stuff. I'm not, I don't know how to use those like room design apps or anything like that. Like I took pictures on my phone of the living room the other day. So I know how to use Photoshop really well from my days as a photographer. So I know how to work in layers and stuff like that in Photoshop. So I'm gonna try to see if I can finagle Photoshop into working for me for the garden planning, really just to get a visual. So, because we really wanna make sure we still leave plenty of space back there for a table and chairs. And I am gonna use still though that website, and I don't know the name of it, but Garden Answer, her channel is where I heard about it, but it helps you plan out your garden. So that's what I'm gonna use to actually plan what's going places. I watch way too much Roots and Refuge channel. I absolutely love them. They don't know me from Adam, but I love them. And I learned so much from her, but because she's so like into it, I feel really overwhelmed, which is why I'm super excited that she has a book coming out. I don't know if it's coming out I think it's coming out later this year. I pre-ordered it to help with like first-time gardener stuff. So I've been going back and watching a lot of her old videos and everything because we are actually in the same planting zone, like the same growing zone or whatever. So that does help. Just ran to Target and finally picked up a air fryer. I got this Ninja one. This one was one that a bunch of y'all recommended. Hang on, buddy. A bunch of y'all recommended this one. So it also, I can't get words out right now. It has an air fryer roast, but it also does like dehydrating and stuff. So it's supposed to be, oh, sorry. Can you grab that, Rose? Thank you. It also does, you can see at the bottom there, it's got 2 baskets. So it does the air broil, air fry, roast, reheat, dehydrate, bake, all kinds of different things. So we grabbed some pickles that we could bread and make fried pickles. We got some mozzarella sticks and some pickles to fry, and we're gonna give this thing a try. Does that sound good, Rose? Mm-hmm. All right, can you tell our friends bye and we'll see them later? This has been a very long vlog. Say bye, see you later.
Bye, and see you later.
See you later on the vlog.
Vlog.